Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is the Object 261, it's the Tier 10 Soviet SPG. This one's located on the south spawn of Fisherman's Bay, and it's under the command of Brutus Glick. 3 marks of excellence on the barrel and a Polish flag on the upper plate. Yes, he's from Poland. He's one of the growing gang of people from the Polish state who've actually joined us from on the streams as well as in the Facebook page, and we're very glad to have them actually, because some really fantastic players with 3 marks on their barrel, and they're showing us how to get fantastic results. Okay, of course the other ones we're seeing a lot of are OKEY, and I think we're all familiar with his. Oh, he was pleased with that one. 400 hit points. The 261 will do 800 output, and it will penetrate through 45mm of armor, and it's got a standard reload time of 30.68 seconds, and we can see that we've got a reload time here of 25.69. Now, I need to take control of the camera, I think, at certain points, because he might fire and then suddenly move. Rounds out. Okay, so we did get a hit there, and you did notice, yes, he did move immediately after he fires. He likes to relocate immediately to avoid counter battery, and the best way to do that is to fire and then quickly jump and move away. But of course, it doesn't make for very good videos if you do that, so I like to take control of the camera myself and make sure that the viewer gets to see what's going on. Oh, we just saw the tracer from the enemy Arty, so I had the feeling that we know where he is now. He's in the first set of bushes on the back row. Okay, now we're going to get a shot on the Progetto. Yes, and he moves straight away. So he got a hit for 404, and he's in reload. Now, as you know from previous commentaries, the Object 261 actually consisted of 3 different vehicles that were planned for this Arty. The first one was the Object 261-1, which had a 152mm gun in a closed casemate. Oh, we got a direct hit on that one! The second version, the 261-2, had an open cockpit like the one you're looking at here, but also a 152mm gun. And the third one is the one that you're watching, which is a 18cm howitzer, a naval gun mounted on an IS-7 chassis. He's loaded. Decided not to fire. Wanted clarification. He's marked the ground saying that's where I'm looking, but he suddenly sees that there's an AMX M454 over there. Thought about going for that for a split second. He's going to change his mind. I perfectly understand what he's doing, because he wants to make sure every one of these shells does its job. The reason being that you only get 20 rounds in an 261, so if you don't make best use of them, you can run out of ammo and you won't be able to score an ace tanker. But if you notice a little further up on the left hand side, there's a lot of enemy tanks trying to stop our guys from going any further. He's having a quick look now, see which one he can actually hit. The AMX 13105 rounds out. Lands almost on him. 219 hit points. It did track him, and I think he got some assists there. There is another Arty in the game, and it's an object. Is it an object? No, it's a batch at 155.58. He's over the other side of the map, way over. So what we're doing is we're hitting them straight on, and the Batchat's hitting them from one side. He just struck them, so if we can get around in there on the Progetto, it's going to be a difficult shot. He's lost his stun now though. Rounds out, looks good. Oh, went long. That was unfortunate. Lots of tanks there for him to hit, and some of them are staying still. And there's an FV4005 only a short distance away. And as we know, they've got very thin armour, so they make excellent targets for Arty because you can pen them. When you can pen them, you can get a max roll. Going for the 65, rounds out. Oh, he knew something was coming, and it hit him for 406. If he can keep this average up, he will certainly rack up a lot of damage. He's already up to just under 1900 hit points. He's pushing the enemy back on this side. Unfortunately, most of our tanks on that side have gone. His platoon mate in this game, who is in the Manticore, is Tero something. Sorry, I didn't look it up before the start of the game. He fires around it. Oh, kill shot! He got him. The Object 140 is no more. He's back in the garage. That's a good kill. This Object 140s are good medium tanks. Okay, that crampon is staying back. He's feeling a little unhappy now because he knows that there's Arty aiming in this general area. He just saw one of his teammates blow up and he thinks he might be next. And he is getting splattered there. Had a quick check to see what would happen. He's going for the AMX M454, who's lining up for a shot. You're not fully lined in, but I think he's anticipating him going back. Rounds out. Looks good. It does hit and leaves him only a couple of hit points. Only a couple left. The crampon's gone. So that guy did die. He was right to anticipate that he would fall. And our team are now starting to move up the west side of the map again. Oh, and the enemy's just lost a couple of tanks over on the far side. The AMX M454 has gone down. Oh, actually, it's Arty AMX M4. Sorry, I got that wrong. Okay, so he's now looking to hit that Progetto 65. There he is. He is hiding. Rounds out straight away. Direct hit. 448 this time. So he's getting seriously depleted. He might turn into a one-shot. And now our teammate, our platoon mate, is actually moving up to try and get shots on the Progetto. He's spotting these guys like a champ. We're momentarily going to be loaded. Rounds out straight away. Oh, it's a kill shot. He killed the FV4005. Oh, we'll have to see that one afterwards. I think he might have penetrated him. He got 669, which should be a penetration roll. And now he's looking to take out that Progetto. They're having a good game. That Progetto, I think, is being hit by the enemy Super Conqueror, or our Super Conqueror in the centre, and the Progetto. Okay, there's not many enemy tanks left. Only 4, including their Arty, who we haven't seen yet. Rounds out the Leopard. Does take a hit. 301. We know that the enemy Arty was seen in the middle. In fact, there was one of them was seen there. I think he was killed. That may have been their Object 261. Well, they had 2 of them. Okay, the Leopard just got hit by our Manticore teammate, but I'm not sure if he... Oh, he's still alive. He's still moving. He was in concealment. I think he's trying to find the enemy Arty. Oh, that was a direct hit. He just got a direct hit, and the enemy and our Batchat actually fired another round in. I think our Manticore teammate is now going over to the far side. Oh, and he's not there. He's actually... And there it is. He is in that corner, and he's just shotgunned our platoon mate. But the kill shot comes in, and it's actually from the Progetto. Here's the end of battle stats, and that was the first class tanker game for Brutus Click in the Object 261. He also got a Bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he got 13 and that one, or is it? Yes, it was 13. He also managed to get a Gauze medal for doing more damage, exceeding 8 times the hit points of his own vehicle, and he got a Confederate as well for hitting more of the enemy than anyone else on his team. Let's have a look at the team score and see where everyone came. Well, we can see in this one that the highest damage in the game actually went to Brutus Click, although he didn't pick up a high caliber because it wasn't 20% of the enemy hit pool. So 5,097 hit points went to Brutus Click. The second highest damage was the AMX M454 on the enemy team with 4,546. And the third highest damage actually went to the other AMX M454, who managed 3,649. His platoon mate, which I didn't actually check beforehand, but it was Tero Dodoma. He's actually in the same clan, the OKEY clan, and he actually did survive the battle. He did get shotgunned by that Object 261 on the enemy team, but he didn't lose all of his hit points. He did stay alive just towards the end, and unfortunately he had to sit there and stunned and damaged whilst one of his teammates actually got the kill on the Arty that he was after. Anyway, if we look at the number of kills, we can see that the highest number actually was 3, and that was from the Progetto 65 on his own team, and also the AMX M454 on the enemy team. Both got 3 apiece. And when it came to kill the other rest, second place, Brutus Click managed 2 kills, so did the Strip 103B, and also the AMX M454 in his own team, and only 1 on the enemy team managed to get more than 1 kill, and that was their AMX M454. So there was a lot of M454s around at that time, and both of those two were actually in platoon together, and they did rather well, so they must be fairly good players. No, he got 2. When it came to base XP, it's Brutus Click again, so he's got the top in 2 columns, didn't get the third one, was just a short distance away from getting it. He got 874 base experience points, 856 went to the Progetto 65, and 838 went to his platoon mate in the Manticore, Tero Dodoma. Yes, sorry I missed out on getting your name right at the start. Do apologise about that. Anyway, let's have a look at detail. He fired 13 of the 20 rounds that he started with, got 11 direct hits on the enemy and 2 penetration rounds. Now, I think we're pretty sure which one he actually did penetrate. Yes, it was the FP4005, because he did get a rather big hit for 669. So that did seem at the time that it was actually a penetrating shot. The other one turned out to be the Object 140. Yes, that kill, 831 altogether. And yes, he hit him and wiped him out. That was a good kill, that one, because those Object 140s are dangerous. And he was up at the centre line. So if we look at the rest of the details, we can see he also got 11 splashes, damage of 5,097 hit points, and he got that by pumping those shells out, but making sure that he got a solid hit each time. He did wait in a few occasions, didn't fire because the target that he was aiming for had suddenly gone unspotted, and he wanted to make sure that they did get hit properly, and you can see that from the results. Only 2 of the shells didn't actually get direct hits, but he did get 11 splashes, so he only missed out on a couple of occasions. But I think in that battle he was actually being very careful to maximise his damage. 12 enemy vehicles were damaged, 2 were killed, so you can see there's only 3 tanks that he didn't touch on the enemy team. 703 hit points of damage assistance and 784 hit points of stun assist off 2 stuns. He earned 45,777 credits on a premium count, and after resupply of ammunition and consumables took away 26,993 credits profit. 874 XP, 197 for playing in the platoon, and took away 1,508 experience points altogether. He calls this one a funny game, but I think it was fast and furious, and towards the start of the game he was moving a lot to actually try and make sure that the enemy Arty didn't try to counter battery him, because he might have been able to find him. But after he actually realised that, yep, the enemy Arty wasn't even trying to get near him, then he just steadied down and applied his skill to actually taking out the enemy one after the other. And he got some good targets, so I'm really pleased that he did well on that. And that his platoon mate did well as well, because he didn't come out of it with nothing. He was spotting for the team. And I think you can see if I put up, there he is. That's got it right. And he actually did get some damage in the game, because of course you know the Manticore has a 105mm gun, which is fairly long on the reload, but he detected 3,644 spotted, so that's very nice. That's a good nice load for him, and he did get some damage on the enemy. He did get a kill in the game, but he did do fairly nicely for a spotting tank. And obviously, with any spotting tank, we want them to detect the enemy so that we can fire the shots in and get the kills, and they pick up the spotting off. And I'm sure that some of Brutus Click's shots actually did help Tero Dodoma. So I hope you enjoyed that replay. If you did, please give this video a like. Do subscribe to our channel. Leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm. And thank you for watching.